Grasshopper Manufacture are well known for their slightly odd B-movie style games. Shadows of the Damned was their last title, and it turned out to be surprisingly entertaining, so hopes were high for their latest release, Lollipop Chainsaw. It follows the story of Juliet Starling, a cheerleader / zombie hunter who just happens to be celebrating her 18th birthday. She heads out to meet her boyfriend Nick, but gets waylaid by a horde of zombies. Nick gets bitten by a rogue zombie, and the only way for Juliet to save him is to cut off his head and attach it to her belt. It makes perfect sense if you think about it. As the name suggests, Juliet is armed with a chainsaw as well as a couple of pom-poms. One button swings the chainsaw, another smacks foes with the pom-poms. You also have buttons for dodging and ground attacks. The combat is fairly simplistic to begin with, and you'll find yourself just mashing the buttons. As you progress, you have the option to buy more moves and combos, which help mix it up a bit, but doesn't do much in the long run to avoid the repetitiveness. The highlight of the combat is the sparkle hunting. This is where you take out 3 or more zombies at once, giving you a nice little bonus of coins, as well as a barrage of rainbows and sparkles. Fill up your sparkle meter and you'll be able to trigger Star Soul mode, a superpowered one-hit kill mode, accompanied by Tony Basil's eponymous hit, Hey Mickey. As well as combat moves, you can also upgrade Juliet's stats and outfits with skimpier costumes should you need a cleavage fix. All of these are bought with coins, dropped by pretty much everything in the game. However, due to the price of the items, we spent all our coins building up Juliet's stats, rather than buying new moves, which didn't do much to help towards the repetitive combat. Thankfully, there are the occasional moments that break up the run-of-the-mill hacking and slashing. These mostly come in the form of quick-time events, like switching a zombie's heads with nicks and controlling him to destroy something in your way. There's a few unique mini-games that crop up as well, such as zombie basketball and zombie baseball, which do a nice job of distracting you for a few minutes. The game runs on the Unreal Engine, and while there's plenty of colour and rainbows, it can't help but look dull in places. The levels look a little bland, with basic textures and models, and the zombies themselves all look quite similar, saving a few different classes like zombie firemen or zombie quarterbacks. The best thing about Lollipop Chainsaw is probably the dialogue. As you'd expect from a Suda51 title, it's pretty funny for the most part. Other times it comes off as crass, with plenty of filthy comments and potty mouths. The funny moments usually come from within Nick and Juliet's dialogue, with plenty of puns mocking the fact that Nick is just a head.
Juliet, it looks like you've really gotten ahead in life.
The music is pretty decent as well, with plenty of old school tunes. You can guarantee that any song including the word lollipop is included. Of course, the Chordettes classic Lollipop is on there as well, and plays every time you enter the shop. Believe me, you'll be sick of it by the end. In case you forget that Juliet's a woman, there's also plenty of close-ups of knickers and cleavage, as well as all the jokes and references to go along with it. It's all fairly tongue-in-cheek, with more emphasis on amusing than titillating. Lollipop Chainsaw can't help but feel a little dated. The combat is wooden, but good mindless fun. The game couldn't be more linear if it was on rails, with extremely subtle giant yellow arrows telling you which direction to travel. Its saving grace is the music and dialogue, although this can sink to vulgar nonsense fairly quickly. If you come into this expecting a B-movie style classic, you're going to be disappointed. If, however, you're just looking for some mindless fun to kill a few hours, this might be your ticket, as long as you're not easily offended.
You think that hurts me? I just jizzed a little.